You sure you really want to do this?
I put it in the title. We can't go back now.
Might be a good way to get subscribers.
Yeah. Let's just do it.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to Cheap Drinks and Real Estate. My name's Jason Kaufman, realtor with the Kaufman Home Group at Heron Real Estate.
Adam Pearsall with Premier Home and Finance.
And you know what? Let's just jump right into the drinks today.
The cheap drinks, baby. What do we got?
Cheap drinks. All right, so today was supposed to be our Cinco de Mayo episode, but scheduling conflicts did not work out very well. So
we're a little late.
We're a little
couple
late.
Days.
So we're just going to go ahead and celebrate our Cinco de Mayo on the 7th.
Okay.
All right.
I'm in.
So our first drink of the day, I picked up once again, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. I stopped in there and I was looking for the cheapest tequila I could find.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I bet it's better than the Negroni.
It's got to be. But let's actually say something about the Negroni, because I actually had a friend over the weekend and she enjoyed it.
Really?
Yes. She mixed it with some seltzer water and she liked it.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what we might not like today that we're going to try is the Mexican Sunrise Silver Tequila from ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. It was normally $11.99 on sale for even cheaper for $8.99. And we will bear the burden of this, and we will actually try this. Now, I'm not going to do a full shot because we don't need to get crazy during this episode.
The hangover from the half shot is probably going to be enough.
And I mean, who knows? We might not even be able to judge this until next episode.
Who reviews cheap tequila? We do. We take it for you. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here.
I got my Detroit Lions shot glass.
It's going to be warm.
It's all right. Listen, we have to deal with what we've got.
That's right.
It's a warm summer day, or warm spring still.
I mean, it feels like summer.
It does.
It's supposed to be 96 tomorrow.
It is.
Yeah.
Right. First drink. You ready?
Cheap tequila.
Cheap tequila. Cheers.
Okay. Stick around to see what we think about it.
All right. So that was cheap drink number 1. Are you ready for cheap drink number 2?
Two-drink episode?
Two-drink episode.
Two-drink episode.
Because, again, it's Cinco de Mayo. What do you think of when you think of Cinco de Mayo?
We got to have a margarita.
We got to have a margarita.
We have to.
But not just any margarita. For cheap drink number 2, you need some ice?
I do.
I need some ice. We have the Kirkland Premium Golden Margarita Wine Cocktail. It's a wine cocktail. So it is made with agave wine, 12.7% alcohol. And it was actually on sale at Costco, because I'm in Costco almost every week, for $6.99.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No. 12.7% alcohol?
Yep.
Said, yeah.
Let's crack it open.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Yeah.
It's a wine cocktail.
This is a good chaser for after the tequila.
Yeah. No judgment on the tequila, though.
No.
We haven't said so.
No. But anytime you have tequila, you typically need some sort of chaser. I chose not to even have my lime.
Especially cheap tequila.
Especially cheap tequila. All right.
All right.
Cheers.
Margarita wine cocktail. Costco.
Okay.
All right.
Now, Adam, it's been another big week.
Yep.
Weather's been beautiful.
Yep.
And, I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. Go to the beach, everything like that. But you have a Jeep, right?
I do. You have a Jeep.
I have a Jeep.
Yeah.
And what's better than, on a nice, beautiful day, than taking the Jeep top off?
You got to take your top off when it's hot out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, now I know you also don't have doors on your Jeep, like ever.
Ever. Never put the doors on my Jeep.
So we had this discussion last week, and you were making fun of me because I've had my Jeep since 2016, and I have never taken the doors off.
Who does that? Anybody out there that owns a Jeep? Who has owned a Jeep for 7 years? Is that right? 7 years and never taken their doors off of their Jeep. That's insane. Yeah, I was definitely making fun of you for that.
It was a big week because after you made fun of me, I'm like, you know what? I'm taking the doors off. And you know what? It's the best thing ever.
I know.
It is extremely freeing. You just got the air whipping all over the place. I don't think I'll ever put the Jeep doors back on, except for maybe that 1 week of winter that we get around here.
That's right. I can't believe you had never done that before.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I know.
But it's great, isn't it? It's the best thing. If you own a Jeep, you can't do it. Yeah, you can't have doors. You just can't.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. So into the episode today. So we're talking about the exciting world of escrows, CDDs, and HOAs.
Yep.
All fun topics, but for many home buyers, they don't completely understand them. And out-of-state buyers are always asking, what the heck is a CDD fee? Because nobody has it except for Florida.
Right.
We'll just jump right in, and Adam, I'll let you take the lead on escrows here, since escrows are pretty much the mortgage side of things, and you guys are the bearer of that.
Sure. Yeah. So what you hear, and anytime if you've gotten a mortgage before or if you have not, you're going to hear that your taxes and your homeowner's insurance will be escrowed. And what that means is that you're going to have an escrow account for your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance, right? And it's an option. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people assume, hey, I have to have an escrow account. You know, my lender's telling me I'm going to have one and this is what it's going to be. The bottom line on that is that lenders do prefer you to have one. Right. It's just something, it's a safeguard for them. They know you're going to pay your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance if you have an escrow account, because at that point it's automatically deducted out of the escrow account to pay your insurance bill when it renews at renewal time, and your property taxes each year when the taxes come due. So the reason why you might want to have an escrow account is because it takes, instead of receiving a tax bill in November for the full tax amount, say it's $5,000 for an example, $8,000, whatever it may be, depending on where you're living, what they're doing is they're taking that annual bill and spreading it out over 12 months for you. So you're paying in 12 equal payments when your mortgage payment is due. So when you make your mortgage payment, you'll have your principal and interest payment plus the escrow amount for taxes and homeowners insurance, and that's your full monthly payment every month if you have the escrow account. And that just splits it up so that you're not having to write that one check in November or whenever it may be for your insurance as well, renewing, just to have that big expense each one of those months.
So it's almost like a 12-month interest-free financing.
It is. There's no interest on escrow. You don't pay interest on escrows. They cannot invest your escrow money. Escrow money has to sit to the side in the escrow account. It can't be touched, so it's guaranteed for your taxes and insurance to be paid. And there's benefits to both sides of that. So some people say, well, maybe I don't want an escrow account. I want to pay my taxes and insurance, on my own.
Maybe you want to invest the money while you go along and then take it out and pay the taxes all at once, so you're actually gaining some money.
Right, that's a good point. A lot of people say, hey, I don't want $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 sitting in this non-interest bearing account all year long when I could be using that money somewhere else. That's a good point. So a lot of people prefer not to escrow as well. And what you'll find is one of the cool things that we do at Premier Home and Finance is we have the ability for you to waive escrows with as little as 5% down for the purchase of your home. A lot of places you'll find require, hey, you have to put down 10% or 20% to have the option to waive escrows. That's not something that we have. So we're able to offer that, which is really cool. And another reason why you may want to waive escrows and not have the escrow account is that you might be somebody who receives bonuses, right, regularly. Or each year, and you say, hey, you know what, I'd rather have the lower monthly payment where it's just my principal and interest. The taxes and insurance aren't included in that payment.
Good point.
And I'll use my bonus money or whatever I get that year to go ahead and pay those each year. So there's a lot of different directions, and there's not really pros and cons to either one. It's more what fits for you as the home buyer on what's going to work best for you. And there's really not an advantage one way or the other. It truly is what fits for the home buyer.
Now, back in 2006, 2007, I was actually in mortgages, and I know certain companies out there, if you choose not to escrow, they'll actually charge you a little bit more in interest. At least that was the case back then. Right.
That is true. So a lot of times there might be an adjustment to the interest rate, right? So it'll just be a little more expensive. It doesn't necessarily mean the rate's going to be higher, but there'll be a little more cost in obtaining the mortgage, right? It's a fee, whether it's 20 basis points or 25 basis points, 10 basis points. It kind of varies from lender to lender. There's no fee with us at all for waiving your escrows, we have the ability to do that for you. So it truly is just an option.
Yeah.
There's no cost one way or the other, no push on that. But you are right. I'm glad you brought that up because some lenders do charge to waive escrows.
Yep.
So it's good to know.
So escrows include homeowners insurance, property taxes, and that's it.
CDDs
And
CDDs.
CDD
Yep.
fees, which are actually rolled into your taxes.
Right.
So that leads me into CDD fees, which, I mean, again, if you're coming into Florida from out of state, I know when I came in from Michigan, I had no idea what CDD fees were.
You didn't even know how to take the doors off your Jeep.
Exactly. Thanks for that. But now that I live in Florida, I know how to take the doors off my Jeep, and I know what CDD fees are. So CDD fees are mostly found in community or master plan communities where you have one large tract of land with smaller communities kind of built into it.
Right.
So this is governed by landowners within the CDD. CDD fees are, again, added to your tax bill.
Right. What's the point of them? What are they for? What do they cover?
So CDD fees, well, first they range anywhere from like $1,500 to like $3,500 annually.
Right.
Now there's two different portions of the CDD fee. There is the bond portion, which the bond is basically a government-backed loan that the developer takes out for installing infrastructure within the community, like the roads, the street lights, utilities, amenities. The bond is then spread out over the planned lots in that community.
Right.
So your CDD fee is going to range based on the size of lot that you actually have, because it's based on the amount of land that you actually own on that property. It is spread out over 15 to 30 years. So it's like another loan that you're just paying over the life.
Right.
And when you transfer ownership from one owner to another, it just stays with the house. It's not going with the owner. It stays with the house for that portion.
Right. And in some cases, right, the previous owner may have paid off
exactly,
the
which is
bond,
a huge benefit.
You know, which is cool if you can find that.
Absolutely.
Right? So that is a possibility.
Yep. Because then if somebody paid off the bond, then you're not having to deal with that portion of it. And instead, you're only dealing with the second part of the CDD fee, which is the operations and maintenance.
Right.
That's paid to the master community, and it gets you all the robust amenities that you may find in the master plan community. For instance, like here in Nocatee, we have 2 water parks.
Right.
We have multiple dog parks. We've got nature trails. We've got pickleball courts, basketball courts, tennis courts. Multiple pools in other areas of the community. And I've been trying to talk Adam into moving to Nocatee for 5 or 6 years, but Adam prefers the beach.
The Nocatites love to talk about how many amenities they have in Nocatee. I prefer the beach. I'm a beach guy. I live in Jacksonville Beach. So you get 2 different perspectives here when we're talking about communities. So
exactly.
I don't pay CDDs. I love that. I prefer that. But they do have a bunch of awesome amenities here in Nocatee that come with the CDD fees. So we don't want to bore you guys and go too deep, with the CDDs. But
so I just want to point out one other thing with the CDD fees, the bond and then the operations and maintenance. So the bond is typically the bulk of that CDD fee.
Right.
So for instance, in Nocatee, my CDD fee on my home is $2,100 per year.
Right.
Now, like $1,400 of that is the bond portion.
Right.
The rest of it goes to the amenities and the maintenance of the community. So once that bond is paid off, that drops off $1,500 off the annual tax bill.
Right.
So that's a benefit in the savings there. Now, there's CDD fees, and then there are HOA fees. Now, HOAs are they're private entities. They're comprised of homeowners within that neighborhood, and it assists with the upkeep and enforcement of the community regulations. The board of the HOA is made up of homeowners that the community elects.
HOA Karen. Everybody knows an HOA Karen.
Yes. I had to think about it for a minute. Yes, I know.
Right. Everybody. You think about HOAs, you think about HOA Karen. That's what I think about it.
The ones that kind of look over they point out certain things with your property.
She's going to knock on your door because you didn't pull the weed in your front yard in time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't really have that around here.
No?
No. But the fees for HOAs are typically much less than the CDD.
Right.
There are some communities out there where they're high HOA fees because they don't have a CDD fee. So with those, you're not getting the incorporation into your monthly or your tax bill.
Right.
So you're having to pay those either monthly, quarterly, or yearly.
Right.
And those, I mean, like here in Nocatee, my HOA here is relatively small. I mean, it's like
most of them are.
Yeah.
I know just from doing loans out here for a long time. I don't think there's none that are really high.
there's some that are like $25 a year,
Right.
some that are up to like $500 a year.
Right.
Depends on what amenities you have within that
Right.
single community.
Compared to if you're thinking about buying a condo or you're looking at a condo, right?
Yes.
And you have the amenities that come with that. You have the gym, you have all the landscaping that comes around the condo complex, the grass being cut, all of that stuff. HOA fees can be $400, $500, $600, $700 a month and higher.
Yep.
You know, so it's different in that aspect with what HOAs covers from condos to single family homes.
Yep.
But generally, if you're buying a single family home, the HOAs tend to be
Much lower.
yeah, much lower.
Much lower.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for HOA fees, you got single family homes, which is going to be the lowest. Townhomes are probably middle of the pack, and
Right.
condos are the absolute highest
Right.
price point.
Yeah.
So you have to account for that when you're looking at what type of property you want to buy,
Mhm.
how much you're going to be paying monthly on that.
Right.
Because it's going to vary for each one. While, yes, you're going to pay less for a condo than you would a single family home,
Right.
but you have to take into account the amount that you're paying monthly for those HOA fees.
Right. And to tie that into the escrow conversation that we had, so CDDs fees, if you're moving into a neighborhood in St. Johns County, that's where we find most of them,
Yep.
is the CDD fees will be a part of the tax bill. So if you do have that escrow account where it's a part of your mortgage payment, the CDD fees will be lumped in with the property taxes included into your escrow payment each month that you're making. HOA fees are never a part of your escrow account. So it doesn't matter if you're in a condo, townhome, or a single family home, the HOA fee is always going to be outside of an escrow account, outside of the mortgage completely.
Yep.
You know, so
It's something to take into consideration when you're looking to buy your next home.
yeah, they're all expenses, and we just want you guys to know what they are and what they're about.
Yep.
What they cover for you.
And we also want to let them know what these drinks are all about, because
Yeah, let's get to them.
I mean, if we look at the margarita, wine cocktail, and the tequila, so I'll put my 2 cents right out there for the tequila. I typically can't drink tequila without eating a lime, and I was able to do that with that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. For the price point, what'd you say it was? $8?
$8.99.
$8. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't awful.
No.
I expected gasoline.
Yep.
And it wasn't.
Yep.
That was not bad. So
No.
I will honestly say, now again, I wouldn't want to take 4 or 5 or 6 shots of that over a course of a night and find out what's going to happen to me tomorrow.
Yeah, we would really have to have a party and have a few of those, and then see how we feel tomorrow.
Yeah, but the taste of it, if you just want a cocktail or make something with it, I was definitely surprised.
Yes.
It was way better than I expected it to be.
So I would say buy it with a
Yeah.
word of caution that you don't know how it's going to affect you the next
That's
morning.
right. Yep.
Now, the margarita wine cocktail, it was good.
I think it's really good.
It is
I'm
really
surprised
good.
by that as well.
For $6.99, I mean, the normal price is $9.99. I would drink that. I would have that at any party that I was throwing.
I would say that doesn't surprise me. Costco's
The Kirkland
alcohol
brand
is
stuff
always
phenomenal.
good. It really is, man. Yeah. So no, two wins on the drinks today.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, first one with 2 drinks. So
Right.
Yeah.
We deserved to win after last week. I know you said your friend liked the Negroni.
Yeah.
Man,
I
last
couldn't
week.
take it.
Watch last week's if you didn't, because the drink that we had last week,
It's still sitting in my mini fridge.
you
right
should
now.
put it in your recycle bin.
All right. Well, I mean, that is basically a wrap.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions regarding CDD fees, HOAs, whatever, escrow accounts on mortgages, any of that stuff, as always, you can find our contact information in the description below.
Yep.
You can comment here on the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for us.
Yes, please do, because we're trying to kind of get a few more people out there seeing exactly what we're all about here.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you have any topics that you'd like us to discuss, comment below. If you have any suggestions for drinks, comment below.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We'll highlight them. And but until next time, my name's Jason Coffin with the Coffin Home Group at Heron Real Estate.
And I'm Adam Pearsall with Premier Home and Finance.
And you know what? It's really hot. You want to jump in the pool?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.